Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please hit the subscribe, now this start video. As he stars in the upcoming sci-fi comedy Daddy, Yuri Sardarov took a moment to reflect on his time on Chicago Fire, sparking speculation among fans about whether his character, Otis, could make a surprise return to the firehouse. In a recent interview with Screen Rant, Sardarov discussed his starring role in the dark comedy Daddy, while also sharing his fond memories of working on Chicago Fire. For 8 seasons, Sardarov portrayed Brian Otis Zvonček, a fan-favorite character whose tragic death in the season 8 premiere, titled Sacred Ground, left a lasting emotional impact on the show's audience. This heartbreaking moment continues to be one of the series' most poignant and memorable scenes. When asked if he would ever consider reprising his role as Otis, perhaps in a flashback or any other way, Sardarov didn't hesitate. "Oh yeah. Oh my God. Look, that's my family," he said. "We got so close on that set, and I just saw a bunch of them the other week, and I would do it in a heartbeat just because I miss everybody. And I love everybody. It was just such a pleasant set to be on." Fans will no doubt be thrilled to hear that Sardarov would be open to returning to Chicago Fire, especially knowing how much he values the camaraderie he shared with the cast and crew. More than a decade after the show's debut in 2012, Sardarov's love for the series and its people is still strong. He elaborated, saying, "Everybody that comes onto that set, every actor that comes on goes, well, the rumors I've heard are true. This is the greatest cast that I've ever worked with." And they continue to do that. And that's why the show's so successful. That's why it goes on for so long. People want to be there. While Otis hasn't made an appearance on the show since his death, his character was featured in a few flashbacks during Season 9, utilizing previously aired footage. This leaves the door open for a potential return, whether through more flashbacks or perhaps even a special episode centered around Otis. Sardarov added, "Chicago Fire, man, I miss those folks. I had such a great time filming it for nearly a decade of my life. The world of Chicago Fire has been through significant changes over the years, with numerous characters coming and going, but one thing that has remained consistent is the tight-knit bond between the cast and crew." This dynamic is something Sardarov fondly recalls from his time on the show, and it's clear from his comments that his connection to the Chicago Fire runs deep. For fans, the idea of Otis returning, even in a small capacity, is a tantalizing one. While the character's death was a major turning point in the show's storyline, the nature of Chicago Fire means that nothing is ever truly set in stone. The firehouse has always been a place where past memories come to life, whether through flashbacks, reflections, or moments of nostalgia. As a result, the possibility of Otis making an appearance, be it in a flashback, a dream sequence, or even a special reunion episode, is something that fans eagerly speculate about. Sardarov's openness about returning also plays into the ongoing trend in television, where former cast members make surprise returns, whether for special episodes or as part of larger story arcs. Chicago Fire, like many long-running TV shows, has done this in the past, bringing back beloved characters in unexpected ways. Could Sardarov's Otis join that list? Perhaps his return could be linked to the ongoing development of characters like Matt Casey, Jess Spencer, or Kelly Severide, Taylor Kinney, with whom Otis had strong friendships during his time at the firehouse. Such an appearance could add a new layer of emotional depth to the current dynamics of the show. The fact that Sardarov still remains in contact with many of his former co-stars further fuels these speculations. For example, Jess Spencer, who portrayed Casey for nearly a decade before leaving the show in 2021, has maintained strong ties with the cast, making occasional guest appearances and keeping up with the show's progress. This interconnectedness among the cast members shows that Chicago Fire is more than just a job, it's a family. With Sardarov openly expressing his desire to return, it's clear that Chicago Fire holds a special place in his heart, and he's not the only one who feels this way. Fans who have grown attached to the character of Otis and his lovable, caring nature have long wished for some form of closure or a reunion with the character. It's important to remember, however, that while a return would undoubtedly delight fans, the creative direction of the show would need to find a way to bring Otis back in a way that feels authentic to the established story. Chicago Fire has always maintained a careful balance between its action-packed storylines and emotional character development, so any appearance by Otis would need to respect the integrity of the show while honoring his memory. In an era where reboots, spin-offs, and character returns are becoming increasingly common in the television landscape, there's a real possibility that Sardarov could reprise his role in some capacity. Flashbacks, memory-driven scenes, or even a special episode dedicated to revisiting the past are all potential avenues for bringing Otis back into the fold. While nothing has been confirmed yet, the thought of reuniting with the Firehouse family is clearly a sentiment that Sardarov shares with fans. Beyond his potential return to Chicago Fire, Sardarov's career continues to evolve. After departing from the show in 2019, the actor has taken on a variety of roles, each showcasing his range and versatility. In addition to his role in Daddy, Sardarov has appeared in a number of other projects, including guest spots on various television series and participation in independent films. His recent work in Daddy, a darkly comedic sci-fi film, is a stark contrast to his character of Otis, which speaks to his ability to transition into different genres and challenge himself as an actor. In Daddy, Sardarov plays Sebastian, a character in a dystopian society where the government controls who is eligible to become a father. The film, directed by Neil Kelly and Jono Sherman, explores themes of parenthood, identity, and societal control, all while weaving in sharp humor and wit. As a science fiction comedy, Daddy offers a unique and offbeat storyline, which will likely present Sardarov with the chance to display a different side of his acting talents. His role as Sebastian is described as quirky and deeply engaging, allowing him to further develop his craft outside of the more familiar world of Chicago Fire. While Daddy is a notable project in Sardarov's post-Chicago Fire career, it's clear that the actor is far from finished with television and film. He has expressed a desire to explore more diverse roles, including parts that challenge his usual character archetypes. This openness to new projects, combined with his previous success, bodes well for his future endeavors. In addition to his work as an actor, Sardarov has also ventured into other creative fields, including writing and producing. His involvement in the behind-the-scenes aspects of television and film has further solidified his presence in the entertainment industry. Though Sardarov's professional journey has moved beyond Chicago Fire, it's evident that the experience of being a part of such a successful and beloved series has shaped him both personally and professionally. Fans of Chicago Fire will no doubt continue to follow Sardarov's career with interest, eager to see where his talents take him next. Whether or not Otis will ever return to the Firehouse remains to be seen, but one thing is for certain: Sardarov's impact on the show has left an indelible mark, and his legacy as Otis will continue to be celebrated by fans for years to come. As Chicago Fire continues to evolve and expand, with new challenges and storylines unfolding in the latest seasons, the presence of past characters like Otis is something that fans will always hold dear. The show's ability to blend high-stakes drama with genuine moments of character-driven storytelling has been one of its greatest strengths. The legacy of characters like Otis continues to shape the show even after they've left the screen. Whether through memories, tributes, or occasional nods to their past presence, the impact of each character endures. As Chicago Fire looks to the future, fans can only hope that some form of Otis's memory will remain alive within the narrative, and that Sardarov's possible return will give fans one more moment to relive the magic of his character. Since leaving Chicago Fire, Sardarov has kept busy with new projects. One of his upcoming roles is as Sebastian in Daddy, a dystopian sci-fi comedy that is set in a world where the state controls who can become a father. The film centers on 4 men who attend a retreat in the California mountains to prove they are ready for fatherhood. Daddy, which was written and directed by Neil Kelly and Jonah Sherman, will be screening at the Michigan Theater in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and the Gardena Theater in Gardena, California. The film will also be available for VOD release on February 25. Fans of Sardarov will no doubt be excited to see him in a new light as he takes on this unique role. But for those who have missed his portrayal of Otis, the actor's open-ended comments about the Chicago fire have sparked hope that we may see him return to the series in some form in the future. Only time will tell if Otis will make a surprise reappearance on the Firehouse crew. But for now, Sardarov continues to forge ahead with exciting new opportunities in both film and television.